Coach, on the note of defence, what have you learned reflecting 48 hours on?
Well, I'm really happy with the defence. I'm really happy with our attitude on defence. We made minor tweaks to how we approached, particularly our line speed. So, yeah, really ecstatic. And obviously, I think France showed the way for a lot of teams on how to defend aggressively in this tournament. So that's really good as well. What
do you mean by that in terms of systemly, the way they're setting up?
I just think that their passion was outstanding the other night, and you know, they did some really good low tackles and went forward hard. So it was great to see.
Krystal, welcome home.
Thank you.
How is it knowing the World Cup is going to be here?
Oh, it's just amazing. It's been a dream of mine to be here, representing my people, my hapori, in front of everyone, and it's just good for everyone to witness it as well.
It's emotional?
Very, very emotional thing.
Do you hope that one of the aspects is that you inspire the next generation of Wahine Toa in Northland to follow your footsteps?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one thing that's at the front of my mind and my motivation, knowing that we've struggled with a pathway to this team from home, from here in Northland. So I'm happy that the girls can see that it can be done from here.
Have you envisioned running out onto the stadium in Whangarei in front of your friends and family at home in a black jumper?
Yeah, only like a couple of thousand times.
and I guess for you, 5 years ago, you're playing in the Rugby League World Cup.
Yep.
From then to now, playing in a Rugby World Cup at home. I mean, the process and the transition for you into that. How's it all been, and how have you found it? And I guess, you know, did you think you'd be in this position now?
To be honest, I didn't think I'd be in this position. The transition has been quite hard, a lot more technical in my position, and yeah, the learnings have been great, but hard, I'd say.
Are there some things that you can take from playing rugby league that you transition into playing for the Black Ferns?
Yes.
And what are some of those things? Because I know you came on the weekend and bundled your way over for a try. I mean, is it things like that, just running it straight almost and running it hard?
Yes. League is quite a direct game, and I feel that I can bring forward running and running good lines into rugby union. So, yeah.
Yeah, and your friends and family ask for tickets?
Yes, a lot.
Have you to ask some of the other girls to share their life?
Yeah, some of the management as well.
I got you.
No pressure?
Plus you've got Porsche competing for those tickets.
Yeah.
So you're now 2 games into the tournament. Has the best starting 15 emerged in the selectors' minds?
I think it's getting clearer and clearer, and we're playing around with combinations now, not so much giving everyone a chance anymore. If you look carefully, they'll see combinations emerging, so it's definitely getting clearer for us. One more chance for some of the ones that haven't had much opportunity to push for a position yet, but it's getting clearer.
After the first 2 games for everybody, who do you think your biggest challenges are going to be?
In terms of other teams?
Yeah.
Oh, I think the traditional foes of England and France are probably going to be the biggest challenge for us, but I mean, if I was honest, mate, we've still got stuff in our game we've got to fix, so that's what we're focusing on, and we've got a challenge coming up in a few days, so we're not getting ahead of ourselves at all.
Wes, from a coaching perspective, what does getting out of Auckland do for this team, and knowing you now have a bit of stability looking at the quarterfinals as well?
Well, I think what's exciting is the lineup this weekend in terms of the games that are going to be there, so if anyone's watching, get to Whangarei this weekend. I think the other 2 games, Australia, Wales and France, Fiji, was it? Are going to be outstanding. So you know, that's what we're excited about, being part of another great occasion. Hopefully a full stadium, hopefully a great crowd. Those are the things that excite us.
Have you noticed a buzz around Northland? Either of you, a buzz around Northland or flags flying around, or I know you haven't been here long. Have you noticed anything, especially you, Krystal, the buzz around the Black Ferns and the World Cup being here and the Black Ferns playing? Yeah,
definitely. We went out for breakfast this morning, and the locals around here are really getting behind us and coming up to us and supporting us, and seeing a big mural up on a building. So we definitely feel the support.
At the moment, especially in the front row, I know against Wales they were very dominant, especially set piece, rolling mauls and scrums like that. The impact, you know, when you came on in that final stages, I mean, what did you want to get out of that, and did you notice that they were quite, I guess, aggressive and were dominating a little bit? Yeah,
yeah, definitely, but I think turning it back on ourselves, you know, we still have a lot of things we need to be working on and fix ourselves in in order to get those gains and go forward.
What's been the biggest challenge to you personally for this World Cup and getting in the team?
Probably just I still live in Kaitaia, so I think one thing for me is not being able to be in and around the hubs and the teams, the players. So I think training a bit solo was a bit of a struggle for me, but yeah, it's a choice that I've made. So.
And how has it been in the Kauri this year? How has that helped leading up to the World Cup?
Oh, it helps a lot. You know, a lot of my girls have supported me, and they're always out asking me if I want to do extras, and just playing for my home region has just like really done a lot for me personally and kept me motivated.
Have you put your hand up to goal kick this week? Have you been practicing?
No.
I've just got a question I'll read straight. It's a bit niche. Coach Wainsman has said it appears some of the players don't know the laws of the game given the number of penalties the Black Ferns gave away against Wales. Has the coaching staff sat the side down and done a Rugby Rules 101 workshop?
Not since Sunday, but you have to ask probably Wayne Smith about that comment, to be honest, but we haven't done anything like that since Sunday, no.
Krystal, who's in charge of hospitality around here? Are you going to show the local spots, or is it pressure?
Yeah, a lot of the girls have been asking the go-to cafes and stuff, so I just send them in the right direction.
Where is the go-to cafe? We need a lunch.
The Riverside, just across the river over here. Yeah, sweet.
What's the biggest thing you want to have seen improve come the whistle at the weekend?
The biggest thing, probably starting really well. I think probably the last couple of games we've worked ourselves into the game really well. We've learned from our errors, learned from what the opposition are showing us, but it'd be good to get a nice start, to be honest.
And when do you think it's time to settle on a first choice 15 on 23 and let them embed those combinations?
Yeah, we're probably looking at quarterfinals, to be honest. We'll start probably looking at what we think close to our team would be, but ultimately we take things game by game, and you know, the old saying, horses for courses, I suppose. So we look at the opposition, look at what we think will work against them as well. So I'm not sure if the media is ever going to be happy with who we pick, to be honest.
Are you confident the team can pull together all the best parts of their game come playoff time?
Playoff time?
Yeah.
We better.
Wes, what did you learn from Scotland's performance against Australia? Probably pushed them a lot more than some may have expected.
Yeah, look, I think all the northern teams are good at the rolling ball in particular. So, you know, talked about the penalties before. We've got to make sure there's not too many of those to defend because they're good at it. So that'll be probably the big thing where, you know, as a defence coach in particular, I'm really stressing about. But there's also some opportunities around, you know, their kicking game, what we see, etc. So I don't want to say too much more, to be honest.
What would your message be to Northlanders ahead of this weekend's game?
Just to get down to Seven Stadium and just get in there, really. Support us, there's some good footy on, and yeah, some great games as well. So.
And in fact, we've got the best athletes in the world in the game here at the moment, haven't we? And that's something that anybody should appreciate.
And just on that, I guess to young girls from this region watching one of their own run out, a message to them, and I guess in your position now, having played for the Kiwi Ferns and the Black Ferns, to young girls maybe watching you and seeing one of their own run out, what is that? Just
to pick, just to follow your dreams, because anything's possible, and there's a lot of talent up here in the north, and know that if you definitely want to do something, just put your foot down, head down, and get going, because it's possible, and we're here doing it.
What sort of impact, Wes, does Krystal have when she comes on the front row? I mean, we saw her on the weekend, but just in, I guess, your opinion of the impact that she brings, or even if she starts?
Oh, look, it's multifaceted. She's a beautiful human, as you can see, so everyone gets excited on the bench when Muzz comes on. But then also, amazing skill set for a front rower, so she adds something with her offload game, her ball carry, her footwork, and the coolest thing is that, you know, she's talked about rugby league and the transfer. Like, learning how to prop is not easy. She's done a great job, and I thought scrummed really well last weekend, and be expecting the same in the future.
Is she a missing piece to the front row, maybe, after her performance on the weekend?
I don't know if it's a missing piece, but it excites us when she does get out there.
Krystal, the other day Calvin Davis was here and he said that he used to be your principal.
Yeah.
And he said that you used to put the fear of God into the male players.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
Yeah. Nah, I think that's where it all started for me, you know, being young and having those opportunities to just get in there and play with the boys and learn a lot from them. I think a lot of my skill set came from playing with the boys and going through all the ranks with them, so I'm very grateful for that time I had with them.
And we touched on England before, this one for either of you I think. Would you say they're the team to beat?
Well, I'm not fantastic at maths, but I think they've won 27 in a row. I think we're on 8 or 9, so do I have to say anything else?
What would you make of their performance so far at the World Cup?
Oh, look, they've got a game plan that works for them. They've got a pretty, you know, they make hardly any errors. They found their, you know, what they like to do, I suppose. I think there were 52 kicks in that last game, so, you know, it works for them and they've been successful with it.
We might wrap up there, guys.